You are now tuned into Sexy Recipes with your man, Scotty B. Usually, when you have to do a little digging from the top to the bottom, there's always that buried treasure. And this recipe is no different. This week's sexy recipe is Scotty's Lustful Lasagna. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now for this recipe, you're gonna need lasagna noodles. You're gonna need your favorite tomato-based pasta sauce. You're gonna need a pack of ground Italian sausage. You're gonna need ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and cheddar cheese. Because there's no such thing as too much cheese. The way it just can melt and drizzle and drip. I'm getting off task again, I'm sorry. So our first step to this recipe, we're gonna boil those noodles, get them nice and soft, probably about 12 individual lasagna noodle pieces. That should get the job done. You're gonna layer the bottom of your pan with 3 to 4 of those lasagna noodles, depending on how big your pan is, because you gotta make sure that pan is full from top to bottom. Yeah. So once we've got our noodles laid, you're gonna brown that Italian sausage, brown it real good. You don't need to season it too much. The beauty with Italian sausage is it already has its own flavor, its own taste, and once you get that taste in your mouth, you never want to get it out. So you brown that meat, you combine it with that sauce, set it to the side. Now this recipe, again, like I said, has layers. And the beauty of the detail is in the layers, because the deeper you dig, you're bound to find some buried treasure. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we layer our pan, first layer, with your pasta noodles. And then after your pasta noodles, you're gonna spread on a nice thick layer of that meaty mixture of Italian sausage and pasta sauce. Just enough to cover the bottom, maybe 1/4 of an inch. For our next layer, we combine our ricotta cheese and our Parmesan cheese. Just mix them together, just mix them, melt them. It should be sticky, it should be thick. And then you're gonna spread evenly that ricotta Parmesan cheese mixture over your Italian sausage. And then for your next layer, repeat and rinse. You're gonna add another layer of your lasagna noodles, another thick layer of that savory meat, and another layer of that ricotta Parmesan mixture. And how do we finish it all off? You're gonna spread and cover the top of that lasagna with your mozzarella and cheddar cheese. Sprinkle it all over the top. If a little bit falls off the side, that's okay. It will melt, it will meld together. Now honestly, if your significant other or your person of interest is watching you prepare this meal, you should be turned on by the detail. You should be turned on by the layering. And hopefully as I'm building layers, you're taking them off, right? So once your lasagna is layered and layered properly, you're gonna slide it in the oven at 375 degrees. And you're gonna pay attention to the top of that lasagna. Once your cheese begins to melt and bubble and you get that little bit of burn, a little bit of crisp on the edges, it's done. Pull it out, set it on the stove, and you're gonna let it cool. Now at this point, if you guys are both not naked, if cheese is not drizzling from your mouth, this recipe isn't for you, you're not doing it right, and you're, quite frankly, no fun. But if this recipe is for you, cut a piece of that lasagna, lose any clothing that you have, and feed it to her piece by piece. And hopefully then you can get a piece, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
You are now tuned into another sexy recipe with your man, Scotty B.